everybody, welcome. Welcome to this edition of Strong Perspective Podcast, Sports Edition. I like saying that, Sports Edition. Um, we have special guests tonight. We're waiting on one more person, um, Damon Williams, but I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with the other host, Damon Armstrong and Jaquari Armstrong.
What up, folks?
Our special guest tonight, we have Charles Mann, who he likes to be called Chuck. We got returners, Darrin and Dion Brooks. Welcome to you guys again.
What's
And
up, fellas?
also,
What's up, guys?
also,
All right, fellas.
also another semi-celebrity, Karson Armstrong, the little young boy.
Nephew.
You know, we have a topic today that's near and dear to Carson's heart that we're going to address, and I'll let you know what it is in a minute. But before I do some house cleaning, Damon, how you doing today, brother?
I'm blessed, man. Other than the snow we got last night that caught me by surprise, man, I'm good, in good spirits.
That Michigan weather, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Charles, how are you today, sir?
Doing great. Taking care of some sports this afternoon. Had baseball games. Other than that, everything's good.
Okay, welcome to you.
Thank you.
Karson, what's going on, brother? How was your day today? We can't hear you because you muted. See, that's that used to you. See, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, dog.
I feel blessed as always. They've been going well.
Okay.
That's real.
All right, well, unzip that hoodie just a little bit so we can see your mouth move, sir.
That's real, nephew.
Appreciate you. Dion, how are you doing today, brother?
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Let's see what that knowledge looking like.
No doubt.
That's real.
I haven't forgot about you. I want you to put the period on it.
Yes, sir.
Darrin, how are you today, sir?
Same, blessed, brother. Happy I woke up this morning and able to pay my bills and keep the wife happy.
Okay.
So you maintaining.
We have
that's
Damon
the only
Williams.
way to make. That's the only thing to do.
There it is. We have Damon Williams coming on. He'll be joining us soon. Corey, I need you to put the explanation on the front because I see that look in your eye. How are you today, sir? See, as soon as I said it, you see we get a glitch.
Is that God?
All right, Jaquari's gonna
I'm
get
good,
back.
man. I mean,
good
everything,
now?
falls. No.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is what I love about live, man. You gotta be on your toes, baby. Gotta be on your toes.
Yeah. No.
Right.
Fuck.
Well, we hear you.
All right, man.
Yeah, we hear you.
I'll be back.
You gotta have a sense of humor, man. You good, man. Come on now. Let me do some house cleaning while we waiting for Damon and Jaquari. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. And what we do is we take everyday people. And everyday people is a essential part of what we do as American citizens, as black, as in our black community. We make this world go round. If it wasn't for us, none of these cars would be moving at all. That's what I believe, and it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we have celebrities that we enjoy looking at and all of that and hearing what they have to say, but really and truly, it's up to us what we do. So do us a favor, go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. It's that Strong Perspective Podcast. Just take 30 seconds just to push that button for us, please. We appreciate you. So this segment, we have 3 segments if you've been following us. I usually have the first. Jaquari has halftime, and Damon has the third segment. Mine, I'm going to call Big Dog's Reflections. Now, I don't call myself big dog. It just came to me. People just started to call me that. And I was like, okay, if that's what you want to do, because I love my name, Keith. I like to hear my name right now, Keith Armstrong, right? But my reflections portion of this is this. I had a couple friends coincidentally talk about um, um, seasonal friends. Never understood what I understood what seasonal friends mean, but did not get the impact until I got older. Because I'm the type of guy, if I'm your friend, I consider you a friend, I'm going to reach out to you throughout our lives, knowing each other, unless we fell out about something. So I want to say that I became a little more at ease when I understood what a seasonal friend is, because you know how you get in your feelings like, yo, you my man, why do I got to keep calling you? You know what I'm saying? Why do I got to keep calling you to see how you doing? I mean, even though we'll chop it up for a couple hours, the hell, it's a one-way relationship. But then one day it hit me, and I'm going to say this in closing. They are not you. I go with what I'm comfortable with and what I enjoy. I enjoy my friends, the people that I consider friends. I enjoy them hearing from me, whether it's 5 minutes or 5 hours. But I like to be connected. That's Big Dog Reflection. The Quad, let's try it again, brother. How are you today?
I'm good, man.
It's a
Hopefully
little
my
echo. It's a little echo on here too, Keith.
Somebody, does have somebody not have their earplugs in?
It might be me. Let me go on mute until I fix my Bluetooth. Go ahead.
All right, Timfo. We good. Go ahead, Jaquan.
yeah, man. It's just been a regular day. No, nothing spectacular, man. I'm just trying to live through. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Like I said, we're waiting on Damon Williams. He texted me 15 minutes ago and said he's going to come on once he's finished eating. I said, go right ahead, sir. Don't want to interrupt your meal. You know what I'm saying? Lord, that's my family, though. I love them to death. But it ain't no big deal because, the show always must go on.
Yes,
So
sir.
what we've done is we picked several talking points for this sports-related show that I think that we can all really dig our teeth into, okay? And Karson is joining us in the first half of this because the first thing we're going to talk about is his guy, his idol, King James. My youngest son,
He the GOAT.
yeah, oh yeah, he don't mess around. King James is the GOAT. And he has certain arguments about it, but
Mm-hmm.
the younger folks nowadays are very much into the analytics
Yeah.
instead of the eye test, because I really
Yeah.
believe, I don't believe in goats. Let me just say that before I say this. The eye test helps you to understand how engaged a great player is, because that measures his impact on that game, right? I'm going to stop right there. So, Karson Armstrong, my youngest son, this is your opportunity to big your guy up. So, my question is, what do you think the impact of LeBron James? This is to the gallery. What do you think the impact of LeBron James breaking Kareem's record will be onto the NBA? present, past, and future.
To the present, I think personally, almost everybody in like NBA and that watches the NBA will probably think that he's the greatest. But players and different people in the past will still think that Michael Jordan is the greatest. And people in the future will think that LeBron, I don't know.
All right.
In the future,
Do you think they're going to be talking about LeBron like these old heads talk about Jordan in the future?
I think they will, because I think LeBron made a bigger impact on
Why do you think?
this like scoring wise and like actual like record breaking and all the stuff that he and like his longevity for his like 20-year career.
That's some valid points.
I got you.
Mhm.
I got you. Dion,
Yes, sir.
I saw you move closer when Karson said the GOAT thing, so
Yes, sir.
it's on you, brother.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we got to get a younger generation their props because besides him, all of us fortunately saw Michael Jordan in his beginning, in his prime, and at the end. So let me say this about LeBron. I think LeBron could have played in any era.
Yep.
But the thing about it is with LeBron, if we really look at it, he was really a scoring guy, assist guy that turned into a scoring guy. So it's kind of a great accomplishment for what he did. But if you really look at LeBron's career, as far as matching up with small forwards, which he played a little bit of everything, point forward, whatever. If you really look at it, who was really LeBron's competition in this era? Paul Pierce. He didn't. He didn't really see Kevin Durant as much because Kevin Durant was more on the West. LeBron was on the East.
Dion,
So
you laughing at Paul Pierce? You laughing
I
at him?
mean, we got to call it what it is. I mean, one of the 75 greatest, but we can't put him up with the Larry Birds, the Dominique Wilkins. I mean, we had some great Charles Barkley. It was some great small forwards in that 80s era. So we're not just talking about some of the competition LeBron played. Now, let's not take it away. He broke Kareem's record. Heck of accomplishment. Now, just to school you, young fella, Kareem had the most unstoppable shot ever created in the NBA, and he never took a three-point shot. LeBron, remember, Steph Curry changed the game. He brought really the three-point competition, three-point shot as a weapon, which they didn't have in the 80s and the 90s. So he kind of perfected it, which boosted up LeBron's scoring time because he took quite a few threes. So if we just would say from ball to ball, in this era, is it watered down a little bit? Probably to our generation, we probably say it is watered down a little bit. But to his generation, they don't know anything else. They ain't see Kareem. They ain't see Michael Jordan. They did, and while you playing at the peak, Bernard King was a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Could LeBron stop Bernard King? I don't know. You know, so
No.
it was like every night in and night out. Them boys had great players they had to match up with night in, night out. LeBron ain't had that in his era. And he was a point forward. He ain't faced the Scottie Pippins. So I would say to LeBron, kudos to you. You broke the record. Great for the NBA. Could have played in the 80 era, but unfortunately he came on in this era. So for me, I got to give him a little asterisk at the end because to me, it's a little watered down because it was more of a three-point competition back in this era, untouchable, no hand checking. So, but LeBron one of the greatest to ever do it. Not taking it away. I just would have loved to see him in another era, and we can't say that because everybody got their different era. But LeBron been great for the game.
Okay. Chuck.
Totally agree. LeBron is one of my top three, top five players of all time.
Hmm.
I think his impact of breaking the scoring record is going to make the game more offensive, and we seen that in our era when Jordan in the '80s and the '90s, it was more defensive, and you had teams that actually devised ways defensively to stop players. Where I think the game now is going towards outscoring people. And the only thing the difference I got between LeBron and Jordan is the mentality. I was watching that game when he broke it, and they stopped the game in the middle of the game and had a celebration, and then they still lost. Michael ain't having it. Michael would have you stopping the game and then celebrate.
He'd had a fit. You right.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm gonna let you continue on. But when Kareem broke the record, they stopped it.
They did.
Did they?
They did.
They did.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chuck.
But did they have a 30-minute celebration?
Yes.
They did. His parents came out on the floor and everything.
All of that.
All right. So that's a little before my time. Then I missed that one.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think the only difference between LeBron and Michael is the mentality. Michael had more of a killer mentality.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the game, if you took that shot and you want Michael, you probably caught some hands in the locker room.
So is it we saying what's great about LeBron, or is it LeBron against Mike? Because that's what it's kind of sounding like.
I'm sorry if I took it that way.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, Dion, we're going to get the back and forth. But
Okay.
we got to do.
Dion ready to get down.
Dion, let everybody do
Okay.
piece, brother. All right?
Yes, sir.
Aaron, it's on you.
So, for me, I agree. This era that LeBron James is playing in today is totally different from what Michael Jordan did. And I take nothing away from LeBron James on and off the court. Okay, he's the first active player to become a billionaire. Not to speak of what he's doing, not to speak of what he's doing in the community and what he's doing in the educational space. So we talking two different eras. And yes, the generation that my son is in, your son is in, they never saw Michael Jordan live. They never saw Kareem live. It's all on YouTube and all people tape. Okay, but for us and our generation, we got to see it up live in person, and the game was different then, a whole lot different. And you hear this debate on ESPN all day, every day about the physicality of the game today compared to what it is. I mean, back in the day compared to what it is today. And of course, the game today is built toward the point guard. It's a scoring 3-point lead. That's what it is today, because the NBA, for them to generate revenue, it's excitement of offense. You barely see defense even played today. Now,
I agree with that.
Okay, now let's rewind it to Michael Jordan's day. Now, LeBron has all the acclimates that Michael Jordan has. Okay, not all of them, but he's close to it. But the thing about Michael Jordan, I think his third or his fourth year, whatever the case may be, he was voted MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and Defensive Player of the Year at the same time. How many players do you hear to that today? You don't hear, because they don't play defense like that no more. Okay, so for me, again, Michael Jordan, I can't say enough about him, but to me, I am very, very happy that I got a chance to live my life to see both of them play, both of them. But for me and my money and my day, watching Michael Jordan play was special back then. That was special. As you said that you had a Michael Jordan ticket and you was able to go see him play, that everybody was like, wow, that was a big thing back then. So LeBron James right now, you got everything got at your disposal. You can see him on YouTube. You can see him every day on the news, ESPN. We didn't have all that back when we was watching. you had to go to the game or see it on the news. There was no other choice. But for that was a big thing right now. So again, of course, the athletes are better, faster, stronger today. Again, you have an offensive mentality across the board from top to bottom, and the 3-point shot contest back then. The 3-point shot was sufficient then, but it's more prevalent now than it was back then. So again, and let's keep this in mind also. If Michael Jordan hadn't taken off those 2 years of retiring, he might have had that scoring title. He might have.
If I had a nickel, I would have had 5 cents, though.
Yep.
It don't make a difference, Darrin. Come on.
I know, but I'm just saying. That would he probably had the score. But that is a great feat. And the thing that would take LeBron over the top, if he make it, he would be the first in history to have father and son play in the league at the same time in the NBA. That would be a humongous feat.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
No,
If it happens.
You say it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
About that later, because I want y'all to keep that in the home pattern, because I know we all got our opinion about it. Ja'Quari, is on you.
I definitely got my opinion about it.
Well, in regards to the present, man, it's a big thing for him. I celebrate him. I'm a LeBron James fan, and begrudgingly, I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I mean, but I've said it before, man. In terms of gauging the GOAT, you can't really do it. I mean, you can compare the stats, you can compare the competition, you can do all of that. But at the end of the day, the GOAT is going to change. The GOAT's going to change. I mean, we've as fans, we painted ourselves in a corner to where if a player doesn't meet certain standards and criteria, then they can't even be considered. But that being said, we can't really gauge it correctly because we don't weigh the same things in regards to the game. Are the games similar? Some of them are, they have some similar attributes, but I don't know if LeBron could play in the hard-nosed era that Jordan played in. I don't think he can. I mean, physically, he's he's a specimen in today's standards. But back in the '90s, you had Rick Mahorn crashing you all the time. You had Charles Oakley coming across your back. LeBron James, and I take nothing away from him, but he before the Jordan rule was established, he's taken nowhere near the physical damage that Jordan has taken throughout his career and maintained that high level of performance. He hasn't. What's the next standard that we gonna judge? The next GOAT on. I think we kind of got to change up the criteria.
But unless you got a time machine and just bring them all in one spot at their prime.
Yeah, I mean, it don't matter, man. As long as it's a brother, I don't care.
That's real, bro. That's honest and it's real.
That is real. That's real, for real.
Hey, Damon, it's on you, man.
Here's the thing with me, man. We talk about the different eras and all that stuff. I have a new fond respect for Bill Russell, man. You know what I'm saying? Me as a former athlete or whatever, man, there were certain things, man, that took my attention away from the game. That was just fact. It took my attention away from the game, and I had to try to find that thing that makes me be present in the game to do what I was supposed to do or do my job or whatever in college and shit. This is what I want to say. Bill Russell had to deal with things, man, that's like, this dude dealt with racism, went and dealt with the shit, played his game, won 11 championships, and was a player coach, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You have.
Look, you got to tie in the question, man.
I know that's what I'm gonna do.
All right,
That's what I'm trying to do, man. Hey, dude, you gotta give me my opportunity.
Yeah, I'm giving you some latitude, but you get ready to. I know what you get ready to do, but
Well, hey, bro, it's a message in my madness, man.
I
You know
know
what I'm saying?
that.
My point is this, man.
I
My point is this. I see Bill Russell in a different way than I didn't before because you know the whole thing playing against plumbers and whatever. You know what I'm saying? This dude dealt with a lot of mental things, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're a former athlete, you understand the mental things that you have to go through life. And plus be that person on the court playing the game. You know what I'm saying? That said, I say like this here, man. Jordan, I'm a Pistons fan, man, so I'm biased, and I would admit that. But I respect, you know that player and his skill set. Jordan was the best player on the best team, man. That's what he was. He was the best player on the best team. So anything that people gonna give him his accolades on that. You know what I'm saying? But you look at a 6'1" guard like Isaiah Thomas, right?
Bro, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I need you. What's the impact of LeBron breaking the record?
The impact is this, man. The impact is this. Because of what happened before him, he was able to focus in.
Okay.
He was able to focus in on the things that could have been a pitfall for him. But because of the people that came before him, he was able to, you know what I'm saying, push things aside and be that player. And grow his brand. Okay. You know what I'm saying? How did Jordan grow his brand? Was it him or was it David Stern?
Both. It was both. It was both. He had
right. So he needed LeBron didn't have that. LeBron came out of high school.
Hold on. Silver, and the NBA grew LeBron's brand too.
LeBron came out of high school, man, as the chosen one, dog, and he lived up to the standard. That's what he did. And he took and when he went to the NBA Finals, who did he take with him the first time? That team that LeBron had, could Jordan have done that? That team that LeBron had the first time he went to the NBA Finals, could Jordan have done that? I mean, you have to be honest and ask yourself that question.
Yep, I think he could have.
I don't think he could have because he had teams that was comparable with the team that LeBron had, and he didn't make it. With 8 years in the league?
But you had the Celtics, you had the Pistons you had to go through, you had the Atlanta Hawks you had to go through. You had to go through a lot of teams.
But D, a 6'1" guard did that though. In their prime.
Yeah, but at
LeBron,
the time,
Jordan didn't.
Yeah, but the Pistons was a team now.
Okay.
All right, now listen.
Okay.
Before we move into the next question, Karson, you soaked it all in. Quickly, do you have a rebuttal or anything that you have to say from all these nice men, their opinion about it?
From your generational perspective.
LeBron had to go through he had to go through everything that they did, but like 2 times more. Think about it. LeBron had to go through the Pistons like 3 times, 3 different series. LeBron went through the Celtics about like 2 or 3 times. LeBron went through the Warriors about 5 or 6 times, and they were one of the greatest teams of all time. And then he also...
I'm not trying to be biased, but damn, I like that logic right there, my guy. For real.
He just had to go through a lot of teams, like do a lot of it on his own. Especially, like for 2018, when he took the Cavaliers to the finals. the East was a lot stronger than the West at that time because you still had the Raptors that were still good. The Celtics was young but was one of the best teams in the East in the league. And then you still had the Pacers took took the Cavs to 7. And then he swept the Raptors. He swept the best team in the East. Then he beat the second best team in the East. And then he would have won the series against the Warriors, I think, if J.R. Smith didn't do what he did.
I stopped everybody. Go ahead with that speculation, man. Stop that. Stop that.
All right.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go to the next question, guys, and we're gonna start with you, Damon, because I know. Now, I want everybody to know we're trying to mix this up, but it's gonna be a little bit of basketball heavy because that's a current event. Okay. But let's talk about Ja Morant. Okay. And you can get as specific as you can. I'm gonna leave it open. Just your overall impression, and that's limited to at least 3 minutes. Because 2 to 3 minutes is a long time. All right. We'll start with you, Danny.
Well, as far as John Morant is concerned, man, he 23 years old.
Yeah.
Got millions of dollars. He 23, 24. He got millions of dollars that's promised to him. He making millions of dollars. He's smelling himself, man. He's smelling himself. I mean, you know, those of us that was 24, 23, 24 years old, we get it, man. You know what I'm saying? You think you on top of the world, man, so what you do? You make an Instagram or whatever, rapping and brandishing the gun. You know what I'm saying? He just got caught up in the moment. Do that mean that, you know, the powers that be take his career from him? You know what I'm saying? If all of us, white, black, or whatever, we honest with ourselves, we all do stupid stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? We all do stupid stuff. So I think that does he has the potential to be the face of the NBA? Absolutely, man. This dude is what, 6'3"?
Yeah.
6. I think 6'4".
6'4"?
He's
Yeah.
6'3" and balling out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you ask, you know, they try to psychoanalyze his life and all this stuff. Okay, he was a middle class kid, man, who wasn't about that life, but you know, ego was something else, man. It's about the ego. So he flashing guns, he got clowns around him, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? We have to give him the opportunity to go through his maturation process, man. Pass or fail. You know what I'm saying? And then we judge him after the situation. We judge him then. Did he learn from his situation? That's when you start judging and threatening to take something away from him. You know what I'm saying? But as a young kid, man, you do stuff, man, with the testosterone and money and all that stuff. Can y'all, any of us, can we imagine that, man? Being in that position, you think you got the world at your feet? You know what I'm saying? You're going to try things, man. Even if it's dumb. You know what I'm saying? But do you throw him away? You throw him on the trash heap, man? No, that's hate. That's hate and jealousy, man. Because he might be the best player. He has potential to be the face of the NBA. He has that skill set. And you want to take it away from him because you a hater? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's really what it boils down to, isn't it?
It's a knee-jerk reaction, I think.
Right. He up in the strip club and he hype. And he got clowns around him.
Now, I want to say it's stupid, though. That was stupid as hell.
Yeah, that was stupid, but who ain't did stupid shit, though, man? Is my point.
I ain't did stupid shit to 2 million followers, dog. It's the point. And I'm not judging it. And I'm not going against you.
Yeah, but you know what, though?
put that on there, man. That's all.
It's not comparable, Keith. But what if you on your live joint and you throw out the N word? Guess what cats gonna do? They're gonna try to cancel you, man. They're gonna try to cancel you because you said something that you with your boys and you telling you, and it's a regular thing. See what I'm saying? They're gonna try to cancel you. Potentially, he could be a billionaire, but they gonna pick out some situation, man, to take that away so they can have an example to point to. Who we talking about?
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right.
And I ain't even throw out Roethlisberger. Really?
Oh my God. Chill out.
I didn't even throw that out.
Chill out for a second, man. You answered the question. Darrin, we're going to come back to that, my guy. Go ahead, Darrin.
So for me, yeah, this is absolutely a lessons learned. But like Damon said, we all do stupid stuff in our young days. We all have. But in this case, in this situation, when you making the kind of money that you're making and you are in the spotlight and you know that you're in the spotlight and cameras are on you 24/7, you have to move differently. You have to recognize that and you have to move differently. You have to recognize the people that's around you. And I understand that you got a lot of people in your ear and you have a lot of people pointing you in the wrong direction, but you have to be able to have the foresight to police yourself. Plain and simple. You have to police yourself. And the fact that for that, for me, the people around you, but he got a father also that's in his life. His father is out there acting like he one of his boys. That's
drunk.
another problem.
You drunk.
When
It's a
you
celebration, man.
acting like you one of the boys, and you got your son all over the place, that's a bad look on you as a parent. Come on, man. Your son is making millions and millions of dollars. He on the verge of making 230 million come his next signing. And you gonna blow all that away because he out here partying in the strip club and you not guiding him properly? Dude, you got to evaluate not only your son, but you got to evaluate yourself. But again, this is about policing yourself and the people that is in your circle and pointing you in the wrong direction. I mean, again, just one more time, you just have to move differently when you making that kind of money and you in that type of spotlight and the camera's on you 24/7. That's all I have to say about it.
Okay. Karson.
I don't really have like that much to say about the situation, but the only thing I really have to say is it was dumb and stupid of him to like post a gun on Instagram Live full of like 20,000 people that adore you for your game and like admire you and do some stuff like that. And I don't know. It's just dumb. That's all.
Chuck.
Social media.
Chuck, Karson.
Social media would be the downfall of a lot of us. And like Darrin said, he got a close in his circle. And it's cool. That's your boys. I understand y'all grew up together. Yeah. You keep them tight with you, but you got to realize you got to create a brand. Think about LeBron's at the end of his career. Who's the next most exciting player that we want to see every night? When I look at SportsCenter, I'm looking for Morant driving to the basket, dunking on somebody. We don't have Zion there anymore, so he could be the face of the NBA, but he just got to realize this is your brand. Think about those old heads. If they had social media back in the day, they would have been in trouble too. They were doing the same thing he was doing. They just didn't get caught.
Worse, man. They were doing worse.
Yeah, think about Magic. They caught Magic. Yeah, he just got to be smarter about his brand because he could be the next billionaire He could be the next face of the NBA.
Okay. Very good point. Everybody so far, great points, guys. Jaquari.
Well, I think, man, as fans, man, we kind of got to give him some space because the same behavior that he displayed in the strip club is the same behavior that he displays on the court. He's an outgoing young man,
Oh shit.
and that
Okay.
that aggression and that testosterone has pushed him to the point where that's his line to success. He hadn't figured out that his career and his life is a chessboard. Not yet. I'm quite sure, if he gets past this situation, he will take some things into consideration. Hopefully, I hate to see another Pac-Man Jones, but I think we got to take a little. We got to take a little of the blame in this situation because, like I just said, everything that we praise him for, he was doing that night. He was celebrating. He was having a good time. And he goes hard. He's a young man. He goes hard at everything. So he's just going to have to learn how to control that gas pedal.
That's real. Hey, it's a good point, man. Damn, stop playing. For somebody who don't watch sports, that was a hell of a damn thing you just said.
Right.
Yeah, but he analyzed him though, didn't he?
He did like a motherfucker. Hey, Dion.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready, man? Because you've been doing some gymnastics.
Man, I got stuff going on over here, man.
Right,
You know what? I mean, like y'all was saying, only reason it's a big deal, man, because of social media. Social media that made this thing such a big deal. Dude, it's so much going. Remember, man, Allen Iverson, before all of this came through, Allen Iverson was the real thug. He had crews coming to games. Dude, they was gut checking cats coming in the building when he was coming up his crew. Dude, they changed the dress code because of AI. All his boys was wearing chains. They was from the street. They was from the hood. Dude, they all had guns back in the day. So what? Secondly, Charles Barkley, I don't know what he talking about. He spit on the kid when he was playing. Are you kidding
man,
me?
you brought up that clown.
Dude, he spit on the kid. And
Hey,
dude,
Dion, you brought up
talking
that
this-
dude.
Dude, come on, man. Dennis Rodman, all day a knucklehead. Did everything. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. This kid pulled a gun up. It's a big deal. And he just flashed it. It was nonsense. He did some dumb stuff, knuckleheaded stuff, as being young and dumb. And he'll learn from it and keep moving. But like we said, dude, remember back in the day, they used to come on the court and street brawl in front of them 80,000 fans. Dude, they be coming in swinging on each other. Man, it was we used to watch the games for the fights. We was watching the Pistons to see if they was going to be busting Larry Bird in the jaw. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Dude, that's nothing, man. Keith, this was your era, bro. Y'all did this, man.
I know.
You know what? Because y'all played such good basketball back in the day, the competition, that was the golden era. Now these boys reaping the benefits, man. They rich as heck. These boys ain't rich no more. They wealthy.
Yeah.
They wealthy. They got contracts. Kids getting sneaker deals in high school now. Come on, let's keep it what it is. They ride rides. Dude, they got girls. Remember, the girls used to come at you because they thought you was going to the pros. You technically in the pros once you go to college now. Them NL deals, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million. Kids don't even go hardship no more. They're getting $3-4 million to stay in college.
You can buy a house and move somebody in.
Dude, you can tell your mama what to do. You can tell your mama what to do in high school. Are you kidding me?
That's real. That's real right there, D.
It's a different era, man. It is truly a different era. John Morant ain't doing nothing. He just piggybacking off what today's society has allowed him to do. Social media has took it to another level. Cat's been doing this for 40 years ago, 50 years ago, man. Stop.
Okay. All right, well, welcome to
what up, Karson?
Damon Williams, everybody.
What's going on,
What's
What's happening, family?
Okay. Okay. Listen up. What we're gonna do? We at halftime, so this is Jaquari's segment. But once we come through Jaquari's segment, Damon, what we want you to do is give us 2 minutes of your impression of Ja Morant. Okay.
The situation.
The situation with it. Are you good? You understand?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Halftime segment. Jaquari
Um.
Armstrong is on you.
All right, Uncle supposed to say. All right, got a question for you, fellas. Just to consider, not to answer. In regards to sports, man, in regards to life, in regards to relationships or whatever, what's more effective, the hammer or the feather? All right. In, in terms of getting things done, I think the wielder needs to be skilled, with both things. If you consider the hammer, it's a clunky, cumbersome tool that's mostly used to strike objects and destroy things. The feather, on the other hand, is more finesse tool, due to its light, non-threatening nature. You know, how much work, when you honestly consider it, how much work have you put into using, your concept of both of those tools? Sometimes you gotta swat a fly with a hammer. Sometimes you got to try to move a hippo with a feather. It's all about you exercising your survival skills, basically. All of our skills, whatever we have in our toolbox is basically a survival skill. You know, it, application is the biggest factor. It's always been the biggest factor. How am I going to fit this camera through this keyhole with as minimal amount of damage as I possibly can? You know, Mr. Moran, had he considered, the situation before, he even got in the car that night, before he even went to the club. If he'd have taken the time and actually, gave it 5 minutes of thought, I seriously doubt if he would even left the house that night. Nobody really considers, come home. All we think about, man, is going out and hooping and hollering and having a good time. We don't think about what's going to happen at the end of the night outside of somebody we might meet and what hotel we probably going to go to. Do we factor in the police? Do we factor in social media? Do we factor in petty jealousy? People just trying to approach you, trying to make their bones off of you. Do we even consider that? The feather in the hammer, fellas. That's it. That's my segment. Thank you for your time.
Hey, look, if we was playing pickup, you got the hot hand, I'll be passing to you every damn time. Man. Hey, I hear a reverb. Everybody got their earplugs plugged in? Because I kind
No,
of hear
I
it.
don't.
But that's why. Dion.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to,
Wow.
I'm gonna have to go off for a minute. I got a booster charge because my
All right,
phone's off.
you
All
good.
right.
You
You
good.
said that
We'll
before.
be here.
Yep, yep. Give me a few minutes.
All right. Um, Damon, welcome.
What's up, Cuzzo?
Look,
He rebooting it look like.
that's what it looks like. While we waiting on Damon, let me just say this. I'm gonna give anybody have something to say or what we talked about so far. Just one or two people, anybody, real quick.
Well,
So
Jacory talked about the feather and the hammer, man. That's all your own personal experience, man. Your maturation process, isn't it?
yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You have to decide from your vantage point through your trials and tribulations how you gonna move forward. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't coincide with everybody else's stuff, man. Because it's personal. You know what I'm saying? I can't really speak on Ja Morant's mindset when he did what he did. when I watched the video, I saw this dude dancing, whatever. It was like a rap video or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? That's his mindset. He's 23 years old, dog. You know what I'm saying? All of us would give him that break because we know what it means to be a black man in this world. You know what I'm saying? We live our lives how we live it. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell the brother who about to get that bag, you can't tell the brother who was down for him in the beginning. Because he might have a friend that we might think that's not good for him, got him out of a jam, protected him, you know what I'm saying, had his back. You know what I'm saying? He himself have to decide how to deal with that, man. We can't tell him that. You know what I'm saying? Because he weighing things out, right? He weighing things out. So the end result, when how I view Ja is how he moved forward, man. Not his mistakes, man. Because I'd be a hypocrite, man, if I judge him on that.
Anybody else? Go ahead, Karson. Sorry, you after him, Darrin.
The thing is about it, I don't know why, as you're 23, so you're young, and you black in this country, and you also NBA player, and you want to put yourself out there as you already have those factors. So they're probably going to try to profile you for being like a thug and all this, being a bad influence to all the kids who think that that Ja is their idol. I don't think you should put yourself out there like that.
Good point. Good point. All right, now, do we have Damon? No, Darrin, we're going to go to you. But Damon, you remember the question, correct? Can you on mute, Damon?
You on mute, man. We can't hear you.
I'll say, yeah, I remember the question.
Okay, Darrin, go ahead and make your point. Then we're gonna go straight into you, Damon.
Yeah. Again, like I mentioned before, it's about how you move, and between the rock and the hammer, Damon brought up a good point. How you navigate in the United States of America today as being a black man, you got to know what you can and cannot do. You have to be able to finesse and navigate yourself through life in a way that you don't bring yourself attention and that you don't lose that bag. Plain and simple. You go to the hood all day, every day, you be hard 24/7 in front of your boys, your family, at the Belle Isle picnic, whatever the case may be.
Hey, okay, bro. I hear you.
That's what's up.
I hear you.
And then, like me, who I've been working in corporate America over 30 years, you got to know how to navigate your space in corporate America too. Okay? It's in a combination of a world that you be able to balance yourself in both worlds, that you can thrive in that space. But you got to know what you can and cannot do and how to navigate that space. Plain and simple as that. And that's what he needs to learn. And that's what all these young people that's making all these millions of dollars have to learn. They got to they have coaches or mentors and people that talk to you even before you even get to the league. They talk to you about your finances, and they talk to you about all these different angles, how to navigate yourself through your family space and through the financial space, but they don't tell you how you need to navigate yourself and diversify the two between that and what your brand is going to be. And they don't teach you that. That's another thing that they need to teach you also coming into the league. But I think that that's a good way to be able to recognize and be able to balance yourself in that space through life long term.
Okay. All right. The people in the present and who gonna see this in the future, we are old heads giving advice. This is not criticism. This is advice because we lived our lives, no matter what degree that we lived them, we lived our lives, and we're offering advice to that young man. He feel free. He don't have to accept it. But the thing about it is, people who see me as somebody who and these other young men on this platform, they see us as people who have knowledge. We're offering it to you because of this situation. Damon, give us we go on 2 to 3 minutes. Give us your opinion about Mr. Ja Morant. You on mute again, brother.
It looked like he froze up.
I think he froze.
Yeah, he froze up.
Yeah, he froze. He moving now.
This is streaming. Or maybe it's Wi-Fi.
Hey, Damon, go to your settings and go all the way down to
He danced a little bit.
yeah, go down all the way down. Go into your settings of the stream and go all the way down to
He off now. He's about to reboot.
Can I say something though?
all right, well look, I'm getting ready. We waiting on him. I'm getting ready to throw it in here. Be quick, Damon.
What I was gonna say is that, man, you know what? When you think about the experiences, man, Ja Morant experiences unlike ours, man, or anybody else's, to be honest. But go ahead, man. Go ahead, D.
He's drunk off his.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead, Damon.
So, Ja Morant, I think the big issue with my man is he's a product of the current culture. Everybody wants to be, all these young cats want to be, the drill street dude, look like they just don't give a dang, and while he out here hooping, he's also the face of this generation. They all look the same. Everybody looks like they want to break a rule, and it's not cool if you don't do it. So it's just for me. I mean, I feel bad for the young man. And again, he's got his father. That's the sad part. Dad, too much of a homeboy. You about to let your son drop the bag.
Too much of a homeboy.
And it's like, what do you do?
He's drunk. He's drunk, man. It's so easy to get intoxicated by that success, man. Period. But go ahead, Damon.
Yeah.
Oh man,
He's still locked up.
Hey,
You got-
all right. Let's do this. Last point, Damon, real quick, and we're gonna move into we're gonna change it up just a little bit, but it's associated with this situation here.
No, all I was gonna say was, man, white, black, whatever color you are, man, just imagine being a big game, a Powerball winner. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the percentages of Powerball winners, you know what I'm saying? They lose their wealth because they don't have that person that's in their ears talking about, man, what are you doing?
He's telling them about their taxes too, because the taxes be killing them.
Yeah,
I got
and then you got a cat, man, who didn't win it by luck. He won it by his skill set. So he really gonna have his chest out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Damon, did you have anything else, man? We're gonna move on to the next question when you're done.
Nah, I'm good, man. It's just like I've been talking about this kid for the last 8 weeks, and I'm like, and I fell in love with his game. He because he's a little dude, and it's funny to say 6'3" is little in today's league. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Cuz jumps out the gym and he plays. He's a throwback to me.
Yeah.
He gives me Kobe vibes. He gives me T-Mac vibes.
Yeah.
But it's just
being
when
Hey,
when he's off the court, it's like, come on, kid, don't do this to yourself.
you know what's gonna get him, man? The way he plays his game, man, that's a short life, dog. He's 6'3", and he playing like that. That's a short life, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That short range jump.
If he yeah, that's true. That mid-range jump. That's true. But look, let me change this up a little bit, but we're still talking about the same thing. Everybody let me know if you're familiar with the statements that Coach Prime made about his recruiting. Everybody familiar with that?
Which one?
Now, I'm talking about, the dual parent household and defensive lineman having a single mom. Everybody's basically what's going on. Just letting the audience know, just in case you don't know. Coach Prime was on the Eisenman show, and to me, I think he was just drunk and smelling himself. Meaning, he has not been able to say anything wrong for the last 3 years, right? And he's a truthful human being. So he said something that all football coaches talk about. He said, I'm paraphrasing now. He said when it came to quarterbacks, he wanted a dual parent household, stability, because they're free thinkers and this, that, and the other, right? But he said for his defensive line, he needed a single parent household because that defensive lineman want to do everything he can to get his mother out the situation, and he's going to be a dog. Guys, am I close?
Yeah, you're close.
You're close.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right on.
All right, Darrin, we're going to start with you. What do you think about that?
Damon,
you got your earphones in, Damon?
Yeah, let me. I was trying to find some. Let me go ahead and cut my mic off.
All right, Tempo, go ahead. Darrin.
So for me, his comments to me is basically he's speaking and he's referring to what he has seen in his career that has got him successful to get him in the position to where he is to be successful and win Super Bowls and defensive MVPs and things of that nature to get him successful. This is what he has seen in his football career to get him to the plateau to where he is today. So those teammates that he's been dealing with, that locker room talk of what you go through in that locker room and what you talk about in your general life and where you got to be to where they made to get them to be successful. That's what he's referring to. This is what needs to happen to have a successful program and a successful professional or collegiate team. This is what you need to have to get to be at the plateau, what you need to be at that level. That's what he's referring to. Now, whether it's right or wrong, I can't say that. I can't put that on him if it's right or wrong. Again, he was referring to his life experiences and where he got to be at the plateau that he's at today.
Okay. All right, Chuck.
I agree with Darrin. He's basing it on his experience from what he's seeing. Can he limit himself to that? No, because you also can find that dog that's in that 2-family household. You can find somebody that's hungry, that's already got wealth. It's all about a mentality and heart. And I don't judge that man on his comments. Like I said, that's what he's been through.
Okay, Damon Williams.
I don't know. So I think what Prime did was he spoke an unwritten thought, unprovoked thought, that we always have as football coaches. I mean, I've been coaching for 21 years now, and I'm a D-line coach, been a D coordinator, so I get it. It makes too much sense. When we're sitting around and we're talking, your quarterback has to be the calm guy. Your quarterback has to be able to make the good and the bad decisions, and at the end of the day, it's all on him. He's got a father, so he knows what it's like to be daddy, and he has to be able to lead his kid, lead his team. But that D lineman, that D end, excuse my language, you want a complete bastard on the football field. And like your man said, you want that kid that's hungry. Now my big difference between that suburban kid that's got the little bit, he's not as hungry as that kid that knows what it's like to be hungry. It's like I can make a comparison between me and my son watching this kid out there play football. He's a way better athlete than I was. But he does not have the hunger because he knows everything's always going to be there in his mind. So he's an awesome back. He's a pretty decent linebacker. But he doesn't have that drive because he wants to move to the D end. And I'm like, dude, you got to be hungry. You're not hungry enough. I mean, right now, I got 2 6'5", 260-pound D linemen straight out the projects that eat.
Gotcha.
I don't get that out of those kids. You know what I'm saying? Because the community I live in, like I said, it's a little mixed. You got those kids down the hill, they coming. I understood Dion when he said that when he came to Colorado. I'm coming. I'm bringing my luggage with me. We got our. That's how I feel about his comment. It was to me. It was a perfect football comment, but it wasn't meant for everybody else.
Gotcha. Okay. Karson, I'm just curious of what because you don't play football. I'm just curious about what you think about this so far. What's your opinion? I like the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, if you don't have an opinion, I understand because you're all basketball guys. Just let us know.
I don't think I have an opinion because I can't see where everybody is like coming from in this topic.
And here's the thing that this is a low key point. My son is, my son has always had me in his life, and I always taught him what he needed to know. He didn't have to go out and search things. So his hunger is going to have to come within. You know what I'm saying? On that basketball court. It's going to have to come within. He'll tell you, I preach it to him all the time. It has to be about you and what you want. Not who's praising you, not who's in your corner. You got to be in your own corner. Period. All right? Dion, we're going to go to you, brother.
Unfortunately, I didn't see the comments on it, but I heard a little bit about it.
I want to make sure you understand.
Yes, sir.
Talking about Dion's comments about quarterbacks, dual parents. So you understand the question there. What's your opinion about it? Okay.
Well, I mean, I just felt like, Dion can get away with that. If he was a white coach, he would have been ostracized for it. But I get what he's saying. It's just a structure factor that he's trying to point out to a certain degree. For me, I wouldn't necessarily, but I ain't Prime. Prime, he done had some success at major levels. I'm looking at a kid's heart and their character. Don't mean you could be a quarterback and come from a humble beginning and not be dominant as well. It just kind of, you don't know what type of kid you coming in. Sometimes you have a kid that come in and you be like, and then he blow everybody away. You just don't really know. You could come from a 2-family household, don't mean you're going to be great. So I get what he's saying, though. You got defensive linemen. He said, dude, I want single women. I want them boys to come in hungry. They want to take care of mom and get out their situation. That's in any situation. LeBron was a single guy. His mom shipped him off to his coach. And the boy had a chance to blossom and become great. So it just kind of depends. I think it's a lot of your upbringing and who you're around. So in his opinion, when Dion speak, everybody listen.
No doubt. Who hasn't gone? Ja'Quari, Darrin, Luke, did you go?
No.
Okay. Darrin, we'll go with you. Then Ja'Quari, then Fluke.
No, I already went.
You already went?
Yeah.
Then Ja'Quari, and then Fluke is on you.
All right. I think he was speaking about the roots of success, being hardship, stability, and grit. Those are things that all things that you need on the field. He's also referring to control. As a coach, he's got to have a certain level of control over these young men. Okay, if a quarterback is coming from a 2-parent home like that, Damon Williams said, he understands the position of being a father figure, and leadership. The lineman, I mean, that's just, if you can beat it into a young offensive or defensive lineman's head that, your body is the ticket. Your body is the ticket to to the door of everything that you want. All you have to do is just listen to me, and I will get you there. You know, it's about the control that coaches need to have.
All right, look, before we go there, I'm going to say my little piece about this. Look, first and foremost, what I feel is though Dion was smelling himself. He was the entertainer at the time. You giving up secrets, and you ain't got no business giving up. Somebody made a point earlier that if it was I think it was Dion or it was Dion.
Dion.
If Nick Saban said that shit, we would be boycotting Alabama. And guess who would have been in the head of the line? Deion Sanders. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not condemning him. What I'm saying is, bro, sometimes, yeah, God led you to Colorado. God led you to Jackson State. But I felt he was feeling himself a little bit too much there. Am I disappointed? No, because everybody's into sports right now. We've done it, right? And we all understood what Dion was saying. And we all agreed what Dion was saying.
So
right?
so Keith, real quick. So how did you feel when Jimmy D. Greek made his statement?
That's what I'm talking about. I was pissed.
Really?
You know why? Yes. You know why? Because he's an inferior man and he's looking at black people as property.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't mean it that way, that was his mentality. Now,
Dion's not
fired. Chitty gotten fired. I don't care. It didn't matter to me. I didn't want him to get fired. All I'm saying is, don't say that shit on national television. Not because I'm ashamed or anything like that. But what I am is I'm not selective when it comes to that. I hold Dion in the same category as I would hold Nick Saban. That's it. It ain't, you know what I mean? I'm not against anything, but yo, shut the fuck up sometime, my guy. Even though in the last 3 years you have said all the right things. Think about it, y'all. Y'all agree with me? He has said all the right things. But right there, it wasn't messed up that he said. But I'm like, bro, damn, calm down sometime. You know what I mean? That's all. I'm sorry, Damon. Go ahead.
Here's the thing for me, man. It's two parts to the answer, man. What Dion said, man, is what the white coaches say too, man. They just don't say it out loud.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You can look at it in that point of view. It's all about recruiting. You know what I'm saying? There's not a coach in this country, man, that recruit concerned about what the kid do. They're either going to pass or they're going to fail. Their job is to get them there to see if they pass. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to feed them whatever edge they got. Hey, man, you just got your mama in the house? Man, you need to be hungry, man, so you can buy your mama that house. They're going to give them that, man. You know what I'm saying?
They should.
Right. And across the board, white or black, they all do it. You know what I'm saying? The thing that I'm thinking about, man, is that those of us, man, that had that experience, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, they only speaking to your physical capabilities, man. That's the only thing that they're speaking to. Because guess what? After those 4 years that you get done playing, no, I take that back. After 2 years, you know what I'm saying? A coach's job, no matter what division or level they own, a coach's job is to get you to stay 2 years. And that's it. And within that 2 year span, they bring in another cat and making them the same damn promises, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just factual. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get to your junior year, where you going? Where you going? You got 1 year's eligibility left. That's it. After your junior year, you trapped. You can't go nowhere else. So what do? They tell you, hey, man, if you do this and you do that, there's a possibility that you might be able change your family, generational wealth, and all that stuff. It's all hype, man. It's all hype. So the difference between Dion and these other coaches, he just said it out loud, man. That's the only difference. You know what I'm saying? Nick Saban did not get those cats to come to his school without telling them the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And he can point to examples. The only difference is Dion can't. Because he had Colorado.
He's trying to build that culture. Yeah, you're right.
Right. That's the only difference, man. So at the end of the day, what if you don't make it? Then what is Dion or Nick gonna say to you?
Okay. Gotcha.
It's all about you. You know what I'm saying? You have to have the mindset to get what you can out of them. If you can't make it to the league, at least get your degree.
That's real.
And make connections. You know what I'm saying?
All right, now look. This is what we're gonna do. Because I want the next two questions. I want y'all just to give a quick opinion about them because they are important and they're relevant. One has to do with the player for Detroit Mercy. That's what 3 points away from breaking the all-time record, and also the transfer portal. Okay. So we'll tackle the transfer portal after this next question. Now, basically, hey, Darrin, what's the young man name at Detroit Mercy?
Antoine Davis. Antoine Davis.
Right? Just to let everybody know, Antoine Davis is 3 points away, 3 to 4 points away from breaking Pistol Pete's all-time NCAA record. Right?
Wow.
Mercy's record is 14-17. So they don't qualify for the big dance or the NIT or the CTI. Right? But they can go to, and here's what the question is, they can go to the CBI, College Basketball Invitational. But what they would have to do is pay $27,500 to enter the tournament. My question is to the panel: should even though Detroit Mercy can't afford it, should Detroit Mercy pay to enter the tournament if they get the invitation? Because they haven't got the invitation yet. If they get the invitation, should they pay to get it? And why or why not? We'll start with you, Chuck.
Woo! No. Okay. No, they shouldn't. He had 5 years, a year longer than Pete to get the record.
Good point.
I mean,
I was gonna say that.
I don't understand how we're gonna start buying records.
Oh, hold on, brother. Hold on. Before you go on, is it buying records? Because Detroit Mercy can afford it, first of all. And what it would bring to Detroit Mercy to have an all-time scoring record would bring other quality players into the program.
I understand.
Go ahead.
I understand. I just say no. It's not. They shouldn't do it. It shouldn't. I mean, I don't feel it's earned.
I got you.
I feel it's bought, not earned.
Good point. Good point. Okay, Jaquar.
Yeah. What success did Hank Gather's scoring record bring to Loyola?
Good point.
None.
Good point.
None. I mean,
because he passed away, though. We gotta bring that into the situation.
Well, no, he was done. He was done with college when he passed away.
No, he wasn't.
No, he
He was
wasn't.
in the tournament.
He wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, okay. All right.
You still have a year left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. But I mean, I don't think it puts any. I don't think it puts a cloud on my point. I mean, it's an amazing feat, man. An amazing feat, man. And I celebrate it. but unfortunately, I'm gonna be a victim of today's immediate gratification society, and I'm gonna question what his success level on the next level is going to be. Is he even going to make it to the league?
That's a good point. But
And I don't want to take anything away from him.
it's slim. It's slim. It's like it's about this slim though. But it's a good point though.
Yeah, and it's too bad because I think above anything he's earned that shot. He's earned that shot.
Okay. Darrin.
I agree with Chuck and Ja'Cory. I mean, I believe that you have to earn it. To me, I agree with Chuck. You're buying it. You're buying it, man. And let's look at Pistol Pete again. Ja'Cory, he had a year during the pandemic. He had the pandemic year to make up for it. Okay, let's put that on record. Pistol Pete had no 3-point line, none. Okay, and look at the span of time that he did it in. Okay, so compare the span of time that he did it in in comparison with no 3-point line and the effort it took Pistol Pete to get there doesn't equate to what he's doing. None at all. So again, like Ja'Cory said, I don't want to take nothing away from him at all. Okay, nothing. But it's again from what it took to equate to get to where Pistol Pete, it doesn't equal, it doesn't match up at all. Yeah. So I feel it will be bought as well if they do that.
Okay. Karson, what do you think?
Well, I think that I agree with everyone, but at the same time, I think that they should let him into the tournament because it's an incredible feat for the player, and the player should be able to experience passing the all-time record for the most points in the NCAA. But it's earned from the player point of view, but from like a business point of view, it's bought at the same time from like the NCAA and
Okay. Got you. Good point. Now let me bring this into context, and then Damon Armstrong is going to be on you. Let me bring this into the context. Pistol Pete, even though he only played 3 years, shot almost 700 more shots than the young man at Detroit Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 700 more shots in 3 years. Right? Yep. 600 is something, I believe, right?
Yep.
Now, on average, because of the pandemic, how many fifth-year seniors do we have in the last 2.5 years?
Yep.
Just bring it in context. This is not an issue of what you guys said because you guys made great points. So it's not, I'm not against it. I'm just throwing it, just putting it in there for everybody else that comes after this. So Damon is on you, and then Dion, and then Damon Williams.
Well, for me, man, I look at it this way, man. If I look at it in personal situation, man, this man playing for his father, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He playing for his father. You know, it would have been a beautiful thing, man, if he'd have got that record. Couldn't nobody take that from him. And I don't care if he played an extra year. I don't give a damn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was playing for his father. That is you see the connection with that? That's a beautiful thing. His dad used to coach for Indiana, took him to the tournament. Now he coaching his son. His son about to break this record. I wish he'd have got it, man. What is he, 4 points short?
4. I think it's 4, right?
3. 3 points short. Come on, dude.
4.
I can't take nothing from him and his father's achievement. I can't do that. And anybody that does, man, is whatever. I'm not even going to speculate on it, man. But as far as him going into the tournament and the school having to spend that money, we talking about Detroit Mercy, man. Do they have the money to do that? Just for a record?
It's a private school.
Just for a record to be broke?
No, it's a medical. It's a medical school, and it's a lawyer school too, dog. So they got the money.
So, well, it all depends on how important it is for the college, man.
Yeah.
I mean, can they use that for a recruiting thing or whatever? You know what I'm saying? They can make that argument, man. You know.
Well, that's when the alumni got to make the move, man. Shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yep.
Dion.
Yes, sir. Well, I got a little opinion about the situation. You know, I was super geeked about it because I was shooting it to y'all about this young man about to break this record.
Yep.
And I started doing a little bit of my research on it. And I can't even lie to you. Once I found out he was a fifth-year senior, I lost a little bit of flavor for him. Simple reason because Pistol Pete did it in 3 years. He would have did it in 4. I would have been cool with it. Fifth-year senior don't even exist no more. So it's kind of...
Hold on for 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Pistol Pete averaged 40 shots a game, Dion.
I got it.
All right. Well,
I'm feeling you on that.
Go ahead with that.
So, but what I'm saying to you is different era, different situation. Pete, whatever you want to say, Pete was averaging 70, 80 shots a game.
With no three-point line.
With no three-point line. He was still shooting the basketball, man. It was going in. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, 70 shots in a fifth-year senior. And I'm a little biased on it. He didn't hit it. It's over, man. Move on, dude. I'm moving on to the next cat that can probably break the record. He ain't break it. I give him kudos. You tried to do it. Cool. Move on, bro. See you in the NBA, hopefully.
I got you.
That's it. It's a wrap for me.
Damon.
If he would have broke it, I would have been happy for him. But still, it's a fifth-year senior, man. Sorry.
Okay,
dude.
so Dion, you'd have been if you'd have broke it, when you talked about his fifth year, man.
I would have been like.
So you just still held it against him then, if he would have broke it.
Well, I would have been happy. Don't get it twisted. I would have been happy for the young man, but it was like 5 years. Hold on. Check this out. 5 years. I looked at his whole scoring list. The boy averaged 25 points all 5 years.
Dion, so that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't like he got redshirted, Dion.
No,
it wasn't like he got redshirted.
Hold on.
Dion,
Think if he would have.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Because of the pandemic, they got an extra year.
I got you.
I said that.
I got it.
So you hold the pandemic against him then.
Dude, do it in 4 years, bro. If you did it in 4 years, I'm good with
How you know he could have? How you know he couldn't have done it?
He could have, but he didn't.
Right, but beyond his control, you gonna hold that against him.
5 years, bro.
No, he's
5.
not holding against him.
Hold on. Okay, 4.5. Let's slip the slide and put 4.5, and you still didn't break it, man. I'm sorry.
No doubt. Hey,
we got a
bad boy though.
I'm just asking.
I love him, man. He came in from the D and lit it up. We ain't had that type of love since Perry Watson got them boys to the NIT.
Yeah. Damon.
Got them to the championship NIT.
Yeah.
Damon Williams.
I guess my big thing is, I agree with everybody saying no. Just for the simple fact of, one, it did take him a little bit long to do it. 2, to reference your point about Pistol Pete shooting 70 shots a game. I mean, dude is at LSU and it's just him. Everything ran through Pistol Pete, so that's understandable. 3 years and he got it. He did what he did.
His father was his coach.
His father did coaching too. Yeah.
So all that's cool, but to pay for him to go ahead and go to the CBI or wherever that is, I mean, it's almost like a participation trophy. You turn a great record into a participation trophy. Well, we almost there, so let's go ahead and get it. I personally think that once you are out of the regular season in situations like this, it should be like the pros. It does not count towards your point total. You have your playoff point total and you have your regular season point total. But I mean, that's like I said, college basketball is a little bit different. But in this case, no, it tanks. It tanks the race. It's almost like Barry Bonds. It's an asset on the home run record.
All right, now that's another show, Damon. Stop that, though. Stop that. Stop
So I
that.
shouldn't celebrated with LeBron then, huh?
Nothing to do. Steroids have nothing to do with back speed. Draymond has always had back speed. Period. Stop playing.
Well, I mean, even if you talk about LeBron, I mean, my man, 20-year career.
Okay.
Hey, cuz, you gonna throw?
It's always something in a different era.
Wait a minute.
So,
Wait a minute.
Come on, man.
Hold on. I was about to say that when Damon was done. Let me just say this. I was having a discussion with my barber, Karson. He was talking about Michael Jordan, because he was a Michael Jordan fan, and he was talking about LeBron James, right? He said to me, LeBron James broke the record, and he had 20 years to do it, correct? And he said Michael only paid 15 years. I'm just going to throw this out there and let y'all marinate on it. We're going to go to the next question, then we're going to do this at the end. He only played 15 years. So I had Karson look up what was Mike's point total in year 15 when he retired, and LeBron's point total at year 15. Does anybody venture to guess what it is? Because I'm about to tell you. Michael Jordan ended his career with 32,000 and something, right? Guess how many points LeBron had at year 15? 31. And I said, do not tell me, you cannot throw that argument in that LeBron played 20 years.
The longevity, God.
The longevity, you can't do it.
And
understand, guys, I'm not about the GOAT thing. This is why I'm rooting for that young man at Detroit Mercy to get in the CBI.
Right.
Fifth year or not, this man, somebody said it, averaged 25 points a game.
But what about it being a lower tier of D1? What about that part? The competition level is still not the same.
Damon, it doesn't matter.
He still had to score the points, man.
Look, at the time, Pistol Pete at LSU, they were barely winning. They did not go to the tournament.
Yeah.
He still had to do it, man.
That's
See,
the whole point. That's
when you're thinking about biases, man, then you throw in, well, LeBron did it with longevity. That's hating, man. That's hating, because guess what LeBron was? He was pass first.
Yeah.
He's fifth on the assist list.
Magic Johnson 2.0.
What they say, his first 10 years, they complained that he was pass first.
Yeah.
They complained about it.
Come on, man. If a cat accomplished the goal, he accomplished the goal, man. You got to give him this kudos.
All right, look, Damon, we're going to start with you. And this is the last question. And guys, hit it real quick. And then we're going to go into our situation, okay? We're going to end this. I'm going to let you guys go because I want to tell you, y'all had a hell of a show, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming on, for real. The question is, when it comes to the transfer portal, right? How do you think, as a matter of fact, Damon, you're going to go last. This will be you, Chuck. When it comes to the transfer portal, how do you think it affects high school seniors?
Ooh.
I knew you would like that.
It limits the high school senior options. Where you will have not a slightly above average high school senior that will be able to go to maybe D2. Now those positions, they're not there anymore. So now you're looking at going to JUCO, or you will have to prep another year. There's no room for them. When you combine that with the NIL, it's pushing these high school seniors that are not top tier 5-star guys. Even 4-star guys are struggling now to find the right school to go to. So, and then now, and you put that on top of NIL. Now you got schools with deep pocket and boosters that are paying kids, buying kids, and I don't know. There's no place for these high school seniors that are not 5-star athletes anymore.
Because let's take this into consideration. It's not that these kids can't go to the school that they prefer. They are not getting a chance to go to school.
That's right. Now when you bring in a 3-star and a 5-star, and they develop and then they become a first-round pick, that's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah. All right, Damon, another high school guy. Talk to me.
So first of all, best believe me, transfer portal. I got a love-hate relationship. You know, I love it for the simple fact of having offers to be a college coach right now. It allows me to sit here and look at high school students and say, okay, what's going to determine me giving a kid a scholarship, whether because I don't believe in stars, whether he's a 5-star, 3-star, 2-star. Great. That's the one thing that is the deal breaker when it comes to the transfer portal. But the transfer portal, that's just like my guy here just sitting here and said, it is a heartbreaker for, let's say, and I won't even say a 5-star, because a 5-star is going to go, a 4-star is going to go. It's a heartbreaker. The transfer portal is a heartbreaker for your 2-star guy who is a 2.7 GPA that could go to a Big Ten or an ACC school or even a Pac-12 school. But because, you know, I can always look and say, you know what, why would I take that kid when I can get a guy that's already acclimated to the university lifestyle of playing college football? So that's where the transfer portal kills a little bit of the high school game. And, you know, just from having dealing with it the last 2 years. So I mean, it like I have a big love-hate relationship, but it works. And with NIL, and then you know, one of my daughters being a college cheerleader, we're finding out that we can get money for him to do that too. So NIL, I used to be against it. I love it now.
Yeah.
Name, image, and likeness, baby. Name, image, and likeness. Period. Dion.
He touched his phone and it went off.
All right, he coming back home. Here it is, right here.
I had to charge my phone up.
Okay.
Yeah, so the transfer portal is great for college football and basketball, but this is the thing now. Y'all already know it's only going to be probably about 20 teams at the end of the day, and then it's going to be everybody else. So pretty much right now it's the same way now. You got North Carolina. What's the teams that play in the tournament every year? Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, Michigan State. I mean, you can count them every year and year in and year out. Well, the only thing the transfer portal and the boosters did was just say, okay, y'all gonna be competitive every single year now. Then it's gonna be everybody else. We're gonna bring the dollars over here. So it's gonna kill the conferences. The conferences are gone, man. Y'all might as well just say conferences are gonna be gone. Everybody gonna go into probably it's gonna be 3 to 4 conferences, and that's gonna be it at the end of the day. Greed then took over, man. Sports then took. I'm telling you, dude, the golden era of sports, the late 70s. I mean, well, we almost can go back to Kareem, the 70s. But let's go back to late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s, early 90s. Great basketball was being played. So much money was circulating through them boosters, man. Them young kids was getting money. Now all it is just legalized money now. The kids is going to be driving Porsches in 9th grade now, dude.
But you do understand that the NIL pretty much eliminated servitude.
Yes, but the NIL is just made it.
These kids were under, I'm talking about the majority of the kids, were under pressure from these universities. I was told personally, right, even though I played on the team that my freshman year played 36 national games on TBS, TNT, ESPN. We played. The Big East
USA.
Conference. That's
Yeah.
where we were, right?
Big East,
You know
yeah.
what they told? You know what they told us? My coach looked at me in my face and said to me, "You should be lucky to be here." And you know what I said to my coach? Who do they come and see? Me and my teammates, or you? And I was in the doghouse for 3 years after that.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? Because this
Yeah.
man was getting paid. He was getting paid for shoe contracts.
Yeah.
He was getting paid for all this shit off of our back. So
Now
I don't have
guess
a problem with the NIL. It's just the fact that it's
no, but guess what?
respect.
I love the transfer portal because guess what? You would have left that year. You would have been gone.
Yeah,
You know
no
what I'm
doubt,
saying? Might have came back home and played for Michigan. Just saying.
no doubt.
But
All right,
at the end of the day, I'm just saying it's good for college football and basketball. It's cool. But at the end of the day, I'm just telling you, it's watering down. It's watering down athletics because of the NLL money and the transfer portal. It's just making it more vibrant. Everybody trying to get rich, man. That's all.
I really think the transfer portal actually evened out basketball. It spread the talent throughout the country. And football, it
It's
squeezed
coming.
everything
but
into
that's
It's
not
coming.
certain areas.
and you're absolutely correct, Damon.
It's
But
coming.
the point is, why I worded the question like I did, the high school seniors are getting the Jim Johnson for the last 3 years. Period. Period. They are. Chuck, you can speak to this, bro.
Yeah.
I said, I never heard that one. That was a good one. Jim John, okay.
That's old school, right?
Where we had kids that were good enough to play mid-major, UNC Greensboro, UNC Charlotte. Now they are being bumped down to D2,
Yeah.
and other kids, they got nowhere to go.
But hold on. I got a bone to pick real quick. I get it when people say D1, D2, D3.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Right, it don't matter because football is football.
But Damon, with
I know
basketball,
some teams that couldn't play against Mount Union.
I'm speaking on basketball.
Okay.
It is
I'm
no
speaking on basketball.
scholarship for the scholarships were cut in half for high school seniors, and I'm being generous. That's real. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not. No, look. D2, D1,
Yeah, the scholarships.
I never believed in that. You're a baller, man.
Yeah.
All right. Jaqar, it's on you. And then Darrin.
I think it's still relatively early in the whole structure of the transfer portal, but I think eventually it's going to do a lot of good for black colleges, man. Deion Sanders, what he did at Jackson State could be done. It could be replicated all over the country, and we can have top tier black athletes who could be developed and into powerful players, football or basketball, going to black schools, historically black schools. There was a point in time in this country where even though Bear Bryant was kicking ass, in Alabama, and all sorts of old school teams or whatever back in the days was kicking ass with primarily white players or whatever. Those teams couldn't necessarily go to a black field and be successful. That's why they started recruiting out of black colleges in the first place. I mean, we could have athletic farm systems, man. At black colleges. So I don't think it's going to be such a bad thing. The further into the process that we get.
Darrin.
Well, I don't have a whole lot because all of y'all touched on it relatively eloquently well. But to Damon's perspective, he touched on this a little bit, but I'm just going to word it just a little bit differently. For me, I think it adds a higher level of complexity and parity to what's going on in every division, all of it. Okay, so I'm gonna just word it a little bit differently. So for the sponsors and the boosters and the NIL, this is heaven for them. They are making money on top of money on top of money. Okay, and that's what it basically is what it's all about. And the networks are playing into this as well because they know this is what they're playing off of too. They know that this is a big, huge money maker for them. So they're betting on the transporter to make the network money. So this is huge all the way around. But again, like I said, everybody spoke eloquently well about all of it. But I just wanted to touch that aspect of it as far as the parity is concerned. And I love parity. And like my brother mentioned, I'm tired of seeing the same old teams sitting at the top of the hill, the Dukes, the North Carolinas, the Michigan State. I want to see those mid-majors get up there too. And they got an opportunity to make some noise as well. And we're seeing that. We saw that with Michigan when they played Texas Tech in the what you call it, going to the national championship game for football playoffs, right? In the playoffs, it spoke volumes. Okay, and this is exactly what they're banking off of, and it's good for the school also because the school is also making money. So that's my perspective.
Okay. Karson.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I don't really have much to say about it because I haven't reached that level yet, and I don't know what it's like to be like a high school player trying to get into those like D1 colleges, or to be in the transfer portal myself. I don't know what it's like to be in there. So I can't really speak much about it.
You might get there.
Okay. Hey, look.
Oh, it's coming, Karson. Don't worry about it.
You know, look, you got people there who's gonna be able to help you navigate this shit. So don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? All right, Damon. Tell us your point quickly, and then we're gonna go into your moment, man, and we're gonna bring this on home.
How come I always got to go quickly, man?
Because you talk a long time, and you get your moment. Your moment.
Luke's trying to marinate on the subject.
You can take your time with your moment, but this question.
All right, you took it up my time, man. Let me talk, man.
Look at you, man. Look at you. Man. What I'm fucking talking about.
Here's my thing, man. With the NIL, man, the images and all that, the high school players coming out, man, they earn that. You know what I'm saying? Let them get their money. I ain't mad with that. Where I have a problem with the transport portal is, man, if you got guys that's going to like Alabama and they ain't getting no burn and shit, they're gonna go somewhere where they can play all the time and they taking scholarships from cats who whatever. You know what I'm saying? Who might be diamonds in the rough. You know what I'm saying? And my point is this: say you got recruited heavily and you got all this notoriety, you ain't getting no burn because you ain't putting in the work. So what you gonna do? You gonna take the easy way out and say, I was gonna go to Alabama, but then I'm gonna go to East Carolina and shine. You know what I'm saying? That tells me something about who you are, man. That tells me about who you are. You couldn't handle it. You didn't compete because you wasn't getting no burn. Man, I'm for the leave. I'm for the transfer and go over here. You know what I'm saying? And so I can shine. Compete, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to Alabama if you ain't ready to be that dude. You feel me?
No doubt.
Don't go there.
Caleb Williams.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I got mixed feelings about that. You know what I'm saying? You was riding high when you was getting recruited. Then and when you got recruited with Alabama, you went there with 5 stars and All-Americans. You chose to go there, but now you want to transfer because you ain't getting no burn. Come on, man. That speaks a lot about your character, man. You know what I'm saying? And your heart.
You just spoke about Caleb Williams and Spencer Rattler. Caleb Williams, he did his show out at USC. That's exactly what happened. New
You
coach, you
know.
didn't want to compete with new kids coming in, so you left and followed your old coach, USC. New coach, old coach, and the new quarterback left. You didn't want to compete with the new quarterback coming behind you, so you left and went to South Carolina.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah, good job. Good shit, coach.
But you know what I
Right.
think?
But you got other people in that ear too.
I think the NCAA encouraged this to spark that fire so people will start watching them again and start going back to these games.
Well, yeah, man. Because if they go to that 8-game playoff system, it's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, that's why they letting this NIL going wild. You notice they ain't even got their damn finger on it because they like, we gonna let these guys.
I ain't mad at them though.
Now, look, my point is, no, get your money.
Yeah, man. If they got,
And also, I was looking it up, the transfer portal, right? I got to pick this personally. I got a kid at Pitt, number 23. Forget this kid's name. Was a monster the last 2 years, right? But because of the transfer portal, 4 of our starters were graduates from other universities.
Yeah.
So he wasn't getting his shine. And guess what he did? And I read this shit. This coincidentally read this shit. If you, as a college participant at a university, feel that you're under mental duress, that you cannot complete the season, you get to keep your year and go in and play right away. This man he's not played since, he played the whole year, right? The first week in January, he stopped playing, talking about he has to take care of his mental health. See, that bullshit right there, you know what I'm saying?
That's called a loophole.
But the NCAA, they doing it because what they want to do is let it get out of hand so they can come in and look like the good guys because they're all about their paper, man. Period. Damon, go ahead and take us on home, my guy.
Man, my week, man, has been. I've been doing a lot of reflection and thinking, insight, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the pro athletes and the college athletes and all that stuff, we look at their skill set and make bets against it or pass judgment against it or whatever, man. But we don't know what those individual people are going through, man. You know what I'm saying? When I think about playing, I played at Division II. And it was only, it might have been 5 of us that was on scholarship. You know what I'm saying? And dude, we wasn't getting tutors, man, helping us on the road trips or none of that, man. We had to grind. We had to make it. You know what I'm saying? And hell, we had to think if you ain't make the 2 mile in another 13 minutes, you got cut anyway. You see what I'm saying? As I look at it, I'm not saying I'm on any level with anybody, but my road to where I am, what I did in my basketball career, is totally different, man. So I see it from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? I spoke on it earlier. Going into my junior year, they had me trapped in. There wasn't no transferring and all that. You feel what I'm saying? So, in my junior year, I had to make it work. Yeah. I had to make it work, even though, you know what I'm saying, through negotiations, they come back to me and say, well, hey, man, you ain't fulfilled this and you ain't fulfilled that. You know what I'm saying? I had to say, well, look here, dude. I know you brought this guy in to replace me, but I still performed, lay out my records and all that shit. They ain't doing that shit, man, on Division I levels or whatever. They're giving them stuff. So when you think about the transfer portal or the NIL, there's cats out there grinding, man, trying to stay on the team to get their education, who's not finna go pro. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different perspective, man. But we as fans, we look at it, rooting for our favorite teams, and we like, man, if this dude leaves or Iowa, and come to Michigan, oh, we gonna be that much sweeter. But who we knocking down though? That cat that's trying out for the team to walk on. See what I'm saying? Everybody, trying to, look for that opportunity. But we got your prima donnas out there, man, who's getting the NIL money and transferring because they can't get on the field. You know what I'm saying? So is all of that whole aspect being looked at, man? You know what I'm saying? Or is it just about winning at whatever cost? You know what I'm saying? At whatever cost. So I just look at it different, man. And I root for my team, whether they make it or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stick with them. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for Michigan to get them Southern boys up here because it's too goddamn cold and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Unless they throwing down that money. You know what I'm saying? Then how much respect you got for your team then?
If you winning a whole lot.
That's true. That's true. But like I said, this cat's out there who trying out, walking on and grinding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who doing work study instead of getting scholarship. And then they want to show in the locker room, hey man, we want to bring everybody together and let's congratulate somebody because we finna give him half of a scholarship. And he been washing damn jerseys and shit, man, since he been there. Really? Come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's about what do you respect, man? And that's all I have to say about that, bro.
All right, well, look. This is a Strong Perspective podcast, ladies and gentlemen. When you see this, go like, share, and subscribe to our channel by the same name on YouTube. What we do is we provide common sense answers and conversations. We promote everyday people conversations because it is important. I don't care what these highbrow people try to intellectually throw into your ears. Family, this kind of conversation drives the world, man, collectively. And it also is therapeutic to the people on the screen. All right? Any last words, gentlemen? Take us on home.
Hey,
Quickly.
fellas, it was a good show, man. I thank all you gentlemen for your time and your coaching opinions and everything, man. And as my brother just said, like, share, subscribe, and get this dope out there.
Get this dope. Anybody else, man? Take us on home. The Brooks brothers.
It's
Let's
been
go.
real, gentlemen. I'm sorry I was a little late. I had to get me something to eat, but other than that, it's been real. I mean, these are topics I talk about pretty much every day with my other coaches. So yeah, this was awesome. Thank you.
Hold on. Before anybody goes, I'm not gonna let you get away with that little bit late shit, man. You was an hour and a half late. Go ahead. Anybody else? Let's go. No, that's my cousin. I love him. Go ahead.
I appreciate you guys, man. I love to come together. Guess what? Black men can have intelligent conversations without screaming, yelling, arguing, fussing, fighting, talking crazy to each other. Guess what? We intelligent brothers just like the next person where they don't think we are. So I appreciate y'all guys coming on with your intelligent answers and questions. And man, I'm looking forward to keep doing it.
Yes, sir.
And this, I got the young fella, man. Young fella. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep growing. Keep. The greatest thing in the world is learning from people that's older than you. Listen to what they saying to you, young fella. We putting you on the right path to be great, man. So I love that you on here with us. Keep soaking it up. It's kind of like I love playing basketball back in the day, beating up on them old guys and showing them my skill level. That's what you doing today.
No doubt.
I love that.
Here.
Yeah.
Well said, bro. Well said.
Darrin?
I said like this, man. We got reoccurring guests, and we do what we do, man. And it's family, man. Yeah, all y'all, man. Straight up.
No doubt. Darrin.
Tough to follow that. Well said, Dion. Well said. Yeah, man. This is a great educational space for everybody to follow, man. And I think this is a great platform that you have put together, Keith, and for everybody to view this and get some kind of educational perspective on not just sports, but just the overall social aspect of what's going on in our community and in our world today. This is a great platform to put it on, and from generation to generation, for everybody to come together with their different perspectives. This is what makes the world go round. Plain and simple.
Chuck.
Great time. Great listening to different perspectives on different topics. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. Karson,
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you. I thank the three of y'all for having me on here. And I love all y'all's strong perspectives as always. And one more, and Lakers in 4.
It's good to see you a dreamer. It's good to see you a dreamer.
Hey, Key, do you hear that young optimism, man?
Yes,
That's right. LeBron got to get back in the lineup first, though.
Yeah. All right, well, guys,
Right,
stay on.
healthy.
When we end this live, we're going to be on for 5 minutes, then we're going to take you out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Strong Perspective Podcast. You see this in the future, go to our YouTube channel and you can get some more information and everything. Thank you for coming through. We out.